The super spectacular specialist shuttle. Let's get together for a huddle, but not too close, got to keep the bubble. Let's start learning, come on, let's hustle. We fit together like a puzzle. Library, music, art, PE. It's the super spectacular specialist shuttle.
Hi everyone! Welcome to this week's art lesson. We are still in segment 3, which means our theme is still home. For this week's activity, I'm going to give you some ideas of some things you can do outside at your home. If you go outside right now, you will notice that all of the leaves are starting to change colors because it is fall. This week, you are going to learn about an artist that uses nature to create his artwork. It's called environmental art or nature art. And I'm going to give you some ideas for how to make some nature art at your home. Before we start our lesson, let's see what Screech is up to. Screech? Screech, where are you? Oh, there you are. What are you doing up there, Screech? Be careful! Screech, are you done playing in the leaves? Let's get to work. What do you think Screech is going to make with all of these leaves? That looks pretty colorful so far, Screech. Wow, it looks like you made a nature color wheel. Great job, Screech. Did you have fun? Screech worked really hard on his nature art. He's going to go to a concert to celebrate. I wonder who he's going to see. Our word this week is color. When light hits the surface of an object, colors are reflected. As artists, we use the color wheel to organize our colors. Our colors go in this order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. It looks like Screech used color in his artwork this week. If we look at a color wheel next to his artwork, he did a great job of putting them in the right order.
Welcome to Frida's Fellow Artists.
The artist you're going to learn about this week is Andy Goldsworthy. He is a British sculptor, photographer, and environmentalist. He uses nature as materials for his sculpture, and he usually doesn't use modern tools to make these sculptures. Andy Goldsworthy is 64 years old. He lives and works in Scotland in a village called Penpont. In his words, Andy Goldsworthy views his artistic process as a collaboration with nature. He uses all kinds of outdoor materials, like leaves, sticks, and rocks.
You can walk on the path, or you can walk through the hedge. Two different ways of looking at the world. And I think that's the beauty of art, that it just makes you step aside off the normal way of walking or looking. I often take it to the very edge of its collapse. And that's a very beautiful balance.
It's important to remember that nature art is meant to be temporary.
And gradually the yellow is drained out of the landscape that I work with through the trees dying. You know, so I've got less yellow to work with now than I did when I came here 30 odd years ago. And it's a bit like a painter going to their studio every day and a little bit yellow, less yellow each day. Some years the yellow, it kind of, you can see it building up, this hum of colour, getting richer and richer and richer and richer, and it sometimes reaches a peak.
Andy Goldsworthy is very creative, and he is very thoughtful when he makes choices in color and shape within his nature art. Let's take a look at some more of his work. This week, you will meet our last little artist friend. His name is Salvador Dali. Each week, he will be telling some different jokes and riddles.
Welcome to Salvador's Sillies.
What did one leaf say to another? I'm falling for you. Why was the cat afraid of the tree? Because of its bark. I'm sometimes big and sometimes small. In the autumn, you see me fall. What am I? A leaf.
Welcome to Monets Maker Station.
This week, you will have two choices for an activity. The first is a fall leaf drawing using warm colors, and the second is a nature sculpture. For the first activity, you will need a white piece of paper, a pencil, some crayons or markers, and some scissors. When you look at the trees during fall, you will notice that there are a lot of warm colored leaves. These are warm colors: reds, oranges, and yellows. Half of the colors on the color wheel are warm. For this activity, we will use warm colors to color in our artwork. The first step is to fold your white paper in half. The next step is to draw a line. We will draw the line on the folded side of the paper. Starting at the top corner, draw a curved line going all the way down to the bottom corner. For the next step, keep your paper folded and carefully use a pair of scissors to cut along the line. When you unfold your paper, you will have a symmetrical leaf. Symmetrical means it is the same on both sides. Use a dark color like black to draw a line down the middle of the leaf and on the outsides of the leaf to make it stand out. On one side of the leaf, draw diagonal lines that go in the same direction all the way down the leaf. Take a look at this real leaf. You will notice that the diagonal lines are symmetrical. So draw diagonal lines on the other side of the leaf too. The next step is to add color. Remember, if you are using warm colors, you should try to find a yellow, an orange, and a red. Try to carefully fill in one section at a time. My hand is getting pretty tired. I'm gonna ask Kitty if she'll help me finish coloring. Thank you, Kitty.
Aww.
Thank you, Kitty. Nice job, Kitty. I love all of those warm colors. Our next activity is something you can do outside at your home. You will need to collect some materials from nature, like rocks, sticks, leaves, acorns, things like that. Last week, the specialist shuttle visited Trombley Gardens. We worked together to find as many different colored leaves as we could. We collected all of our leaves and then we began to organize them by color. Once you have a collection of items, you can start to build your sculpture. Think about what you want to make before you start making it. It could be a design or something that's real, like an animal. And since our word this week is color, a really fun way to do this activity is to create a nature color wheel or a nature rainbow. Screech and I are going to go for some walks. We're looking for different colors and different kinds of inspiration for our nature art. Screech is leading the way as we look for all of our different colored leaves. It looks like he's found a red one here. Wow, that's a great leaf, Screech. It's really important that we don't disturb nature, so we are only going to be taking leaves we find on the ground already. While we were walking, we came across this sign. Let's get out of here, Screech. We are collecting our leaves in this plastic bag. but we will throw them back into nature when we are finished. We are trying to find as many colors as we can. Let's see what we can make with all these leaves. We made a nature rainbow. We had so much fun making our nature art that we decided to go back outside and make some more. Did you know that I can do magic? I'm just kidding. That video was in reverse. Whatever kind of nature art you choose to make, I hope that you have fun. This week we learned that color is organized in a wheel in this order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. You can make nature art using materials found outside at your home. The artist Andy Goldsworthy uses natural materials found in nature to create his artwork. To reflect, think about these questions. What are 3 warm colors? What kind of materials would you use to create nature art? How many leaves did Screech use in his nature color wheel? And what songs did Screech hear Mr. Allwarden play in his concert?